Nobody in that building was prepared for what they were about to witness. Nobody watching at home had any idea that by the end of the night, one of the most beloved, most decorated, most respected veterans in the history of professional wrestling was going to be left completely helpless in the middle of that ring. Cody Rhodes just did something that sent shockwaves through every single corner of the WWE universe, and the wrestling world is still trying to process what happened to Randy Orton. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Wrestling Stream, the channel that breaks down every major moment, every shocking twist, and every piece of must-see action in professional wrestling today. I am your host, and if you are new to this channel, hit that subscribe button right now because you found the right place. Today we are covering one of the most brutal, most unexpected, most talked about moments in recent WWE history. Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, crossed a line that nobody saw coming, and Randy Orton paid the price in the most devastating fashion. Let us break down every single detail. Let us start by setting the stage, because to truly understand the gravity of what Cody Rhodes did to Randy Orton, you need to understand the world these two men exist in and the history that lives between them. Randy Orton is not just a superstar. Randy Orton is a legacy. A 13-time world champion. A man who has been at the absolute pinnacle of professional wrestling for over 2 decades. A man who has shared the ring with every major name this industry has produced in the modern era and has come out of those rivalries with his reputation not just intact, but enhanced. Randy Orton makes eras. He defines generations. He is the kind of performer that younger superstars study, that veterans respect, and that fans, regardless of whether they are cheering or booing him on any given night, never take their eyes off of. When Randy Orton walks into a building, the energy shifts. When Randy Orton gets involved in a storyline, the stakes elevate automatically. His presence alone communicates that whatever is happening right now, it matters. It is important. Pay attention. And Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, the man who came back to WWE to finish his story, the man who carried the hopes and dreams of an entire fanbase on his shoulders all the way to the main event of WrestleMania, Cody Rhodes knows exactly what Randy Orton represents. He understands the weight of that name. He understands the history. He understands that going after Randy Orton is not just starting a rivalry, it is making a declaration about who you are and what you are willing to do to reach the very top of this industry. Which makes what Cody did all the more shocking. Because nobody saw this version of Cody Rhodes coming. We know the American Nightmare. We know the babyface who runs on passion and heart and the love of the WWE universe. We know the Cody Rhodes who gets emotional connecting with the fans, who wears his family legacy proudly, who fights with a fire that comes from a deeply personal place. That Cody Rhodes is beloved. That Cody Rhodes is one of the most popular performers in wrestling today. But what we witnessed on this night was something different. Something darker. Something that suggested the pressure, the expectations, the weight of everything Cody has been carrying may have finally pushed him to a place none of us expected him to go. This was not the American Nightmare fighting with passion. This was the American Nightmare fighting with something that looked a lot more like rage. Cold, calculated, terrifying rage directed at one of the most dangerous men this industry has ever produced, and it was absolutely chilling to watch unfold. Let us walk through exactly how this situation developed, because the build-up to this moment was as compelling as the moment itself. The tension between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton had been building for weeks with the kind of slow, deliberate storytelling that WWE does best when they are truly committed to a long-term narrative. There were the looks, the subtle exchanges, the moments where these two men occupied the same space and the electricity between them was almost visible. Two alpha performers who both know exactly who they are. Both know exactly what they are capable of, both circling each other with the quiet intensity of two apex predators who have not yet decided to strike. Randy Orton, being the veteran that he is, was playing his role to perfection. Stoic, measured, occasionally baiting Cody with the kind of psychological warfare that only someone with his level of experience can deploy effectively. Randy has broken people mentally long before the first physical contact ever occurs. It is one of his most devastating weapons, and he was using it masterfully against Cody in the weeks leading up to this. What Randy perhaps did not fully account for was how close to the edge Cody Rhodes actually was. And then it happened. The moment that changed everything. Cody Rhodes snapped. And when Cody Rhodes snaps, When that carefully maintained composure finally fractures and everything that has been building underneath comes rushing to the surface, the result is something that nobody in that arena or watching at home was prepared for. He went after Randy Orton with an intensity that immediately told everyone watching that this was different. This was not a competitive match reaching its natural conclusion. This was not a rivalry producing its expected flashpoint. This was a man unleashing something that had been locked away, something that had been building under enormous pressure for a very long time, and directing all of it at one of the toughest men in professional wrestling history. Randy Orton, and let us be very clear about this, is not a man who goes down easily. He is not a man who folds under pressure or crumbles when things get physical. He has been in the most brutal, most punishing matches this industry has produced, and he has survived every single one of them. His toughness is not a character trait. It is a documented, proven, undeniable fact built on over 20 years of evidence. Which is exactly why what Cody Rhodes did to him was so deeply disturbing to witness. Because Randy Orton could not stop it. He tried. He fought back with everything he had. He dug into that deep reservoir of toughness and experience and championship-level resilience that has defined his entire career. And Cody just kept coming. Relentless. Merciless. Completely consumed by whatever was driving him in those moments, and completely unwilling to stop until Randy Orton had nothing left to give. Let us talk about the aftermath, because the image of Randy Orton left in that ring is one that the WWE Universe is not going to forget anytime soon. When it was over, when Cody had finally done what he came to do, Randy Orton was down. Not the kind of down that comes at the end of a hard-fought match where both men have given everything and the better man has won on this particular night. This was different. This was the kind of down that fills an arena with genuine concern. That shifts the energy from excitement to something quieter and more unsettling. That makes you lean forward and wonder not about who won or lost, but about what happens next for the man lying in that ring. The medical team was out there. The response from the locker room told its own story. And Cody Rhodes, and this is the image that will stay with people the longest, Cody Rhodes stood over all of it with an expression that was impossible to fully read. Was it satisfaction? Was it regret? Was it the face of a man who had finally done what he felt he needed to do, or the face of a man who had just realized he had gone further than he ever intended? That ambiguity is what makes this storyline so genuinely compelling. Because we do not fully know who Cody Rhodes is right now. And that uncertainty is electric. Now let us talk about what this means going forward, because the implications of what happened here are enormous and far-reaching. For Cody Rhodes, this moment fundamentally redefines his character in ways that open up storytelling possibilities that simply did not exist before. The babyface who fights with heart and passion is a powerful character. But a babyface who is capable of this, who carries this kind of darkness underneath all that passion, is a far more complex, far more unpredictable, and far more fascinating character to follow week after week. Every future Cody Rhodes segment now carries a new undercurrent of tension. What is he capable of? How far will he go? Where is the line, and has he already crossed it? For Randy Orton, the path forward is one of the most anticipated stories developing in WWE right now. Because Randy Orton does not stay down. Randy Orton does not absorb something like this and walk away quietly. The Viper is at his absolute most dangerous when he has been genuinely wronged, when the motivation is personal, when the score that needs to be settled goes beyond championships or accolades and becomes something deeply, viscerally personal. Cody Rhodes just gave Randy Orton the most powerful motivation imaginable. And a motivated, focused, personally invested Randy Orton pursuing retribution is one of the most compelling and terrifying prospects in all of professional wrestling. Let us also zoom out and look at the championship picture, because everything that happens at this level of WWE eventually intersects with the title conversation. Cody Rhodes is a former WWE champion. His entire return to this company has been framed around legacy, around finishing his story, around proving that he belongs at the very pinnacle of this industry. A rivalry with Randy Orton, regardless of how it started or how dark it has become, keeps Cody operating in that main event atmosphere where everything he does carries maximum weight and maximum consequence. And if Randy Orton's response brings him back into championship contention, which a rivalry of this magnitude almost certainly will, then we are potentially looking at one of the biggest, most emotionally loaded programs WWE has produced in recent memory. Two of the most important performers of their respective generations. Two men with deep personal grievances and something enormous to prove. With championship gold potentially hanging over all of it. That is the kind of storyline that sells WrestleMania. That is the kind of storyline that people remember forever. So that is the complete breakdown right here on Wrestling Stream. Cody Rhodes crossed a line that shocked the entire wrestling world. Randy Orton was left in a condition that nobody who was there will ever forget. And the story that is about to unfold between these two men has the potential to be one of the defining rivalries of this entire era. We are witnessing something historic. And Wrestling Stream is going to be here every single step of the way, breaking it all down for you. Now I want to hear from you. Were you shocked by what Cody did to Randy Orton? Do you think Cody went too far? And how do you want to see Randy respond? Drop every single thought in the comments below. I read all of them and I genuinely cannot wait to see where the Wrestling Stream community stands on this one. If this video got you fired up, smash that like button right now. It makes a massive difference for this channel and it only takes 1 second. Subscribe to Wrestling Stream and hit that notification bell so you never miss a single breakdown, reaction, or deep dive into the moments that matter most in professional wrestling. Until next time, stay passionate, stay loud, and never stop loving this sport. I will see you in the next one.